はい、行きましょうか。結構揺れるかもしれないね。
大丈夫かな。
これが JR、 あれこれ違う、丸の内線かな。
No, it's the Chua line. You see a yellow stripe on the side of the
本当だ、
train.
そうですね。
Okay.
今日もですね、お散歩はこの中央線に沿う感じで歩いていきたいと思います。じゃあ行ってみよう。
Two entrances to the station here. You've got one on the left and one on the right. I don't know what the actual names of the stations are. It's usually left or west and east, I believe. Oh, nope. It's over there. That's it. That's the entrance.
JR だね。こっちも JR。四ツ谷はですね、丸の内線というのと、丸の内線ともう一本走ってる南北線、丸の内線と
Can't tell what color that is. Yes, 南北線。
あと JR ですね。丸の内線と南北線は地下鉄です。
Oh, that's the difference. That's right. One's the metro station and one's the JR station. I guess you can get to both from both. But
はい、そしてこっちに来ると出れなくなるので
go ahead and go back around.
戻りますけれども、これが四ツ谷駅の赤坂口ですね。
Akasaka.
今日はね、ネイさんにも何も言ってないけど、今日のテーマはですね、カタカナ語にしようと思って。
Okay. This is a police box up ahead. That strange looking building. It's like a small, portable, not portable, I don't know why. But instead of having one big police station, which they do have, they have a lot of smaller, cool police boxes stationed around. Usually manned by, or run manned by 2 or 3 police officers, I believe.
そうそうそう。こういうのはアメリカにもないの？
No, they, I think, oh, we can get a picture without getting stared at by the police. Yeah. We'll get a shot from across the street. But, no, I think in America, not, what am I trying to say? In place of those, we have a lot more police officers on patrol. So you see a lot more, police cars and trucks driving around the city, I think, rather than having a stationary kind of mini police station.
そうか。日本のおまわりさんって言うんですけどね。
Shot of it if we can. There it is. Police box.
ちょっと道がわからなくなったりとか、なんかお金がどうしてもなくてちょっとお金借りたりとか。
Wait, really?
そういうこ
You
と
can
も
borrow
しま
money
す。
from the police?
だって
That's wild.
もう
That's unheard of in
しようも
America.
なくて助けを求める場所です。
Huh. I've never heard of that.
電車賃なくて帰れないとか。
That's
お財
amazing.
布落としたりとかして
Yeah.
交番に行くじゃない。
Mm-hmm.
そうするとおまわりちゃんがちょっと助けてくれる。
Wow. That's unthinkable in America.
信頼関係ですよ、信頼関係。
Yeah. No. Unthinkable. Like I said, they won't touch on it too much, but no. Don't think I'd ever had that interaction with police.
そうか。
Yeah.
いやでもさ、アメリカのおまわりさんはさ、個人レベルでね、個人的にちょっと住民の人たちがさ、なんかご飯とか食べ物買ってあげたりとかさ、そういう YouTube を見るとかね。
Oh, that's
心が温まるよ。
what do we call that? They're trying to fix their image. So it's not them doing something nice. It's usually them trying to cover something up. Well, not cover up, but make up for their already poor image. That's why. And then, of course, whenever it happens, it's widely televised and covered in the media. You know, so.
まあ日本のおまわりさんもそういう似たようなね、イメージがないわけではない。一部の人にはこう反感を持たれたりとかすることがやっぱりあったりはするんだけれども、でも基本的にはね、
Yeah.
なんだろう。
The roads here are so wide and spacious. There aren't a lot of buildings out here. It's really interesting change from the rest of the city. I think there are a lot of schools in this area, a lot of colleges.
ここ
There's
が
an elementary school.
学校だから私たちはここを渡らないといけないんだね。
An elementary school. Excuse me.
四谷中学校、四谷中。はい、やっぱり渡らないといけない。
Okay, let's cross here.
はい。そう、だから今日は見かけたものをね、話戻るけど、
There's the
金子のやつを見かけたら、
elementary school yard. It's really nice. Okay, let's look for katakana words.
カタカナワード。そう、さ、車のね、メーカーさんだったと思うんだけど、コマーシャル、CM でね、ライトユーアップって言うんですよ。
That means something very different where I'm from.
ライトユーアップってあんまりいい意味じゃないって聞いて、
Yeah.
いや友人がね、ちょっと笑ってたんで、あ、これ学習院ですね。
We probably shouldn't stay here too long, but
あ、
this
これ、
is
そうか、これが学習院なのか、この建物は何だろうと思っていたんだよね。これが学習院ってことかな。
yeah, this is the what is it called? Well, let's find out.
大体日本の高速が入ることが有名な。
That's wonderful.
なんか捕まりそう。ちょっと近くまで。
That's not what it's called.
違う、迎賓館。あれ、これは一体迎賓館。
We will do some research and put it in
これ迎賓館
subtitles.
あれ、学習院はじゃあもうそうだってことだね。これは迎賓館だそう。迎賓館っぽい。じゃあちょっとそこ回れるかな。まあいいか。
Yeah, they've stepped up security a bit.
そう。ダメだよ取っちゃって言われるかもしれないから。
Yeah,
やめ
let's
てお
step
こ
it
う。
down for COVID.
はい。
We'll see. Or we won't see, I'm sorry. No, we can see it from here, but it's best not to, you know, about the high tension these days. Look at so much wide space. And I think a lot of these trees that you see lining roads like this are sakura cherry blossom trees.
そうだね。
So in a few weeks, maybe, they'll start blooming. All of these trees up here, I think, too. It looks really nice when it lines the roads.
もう春になっちゃうね。
Yeah.
早いね、1年。
Well, this year felt particularly long.
年を取るとね、どんどん早くなっていくんだよ。
That's what they say,
この
yeah.
間まで夏、この間まで暑かった。
Yeah.
言ったらもう冬が来る。
Yeah.
それでね、また戻るんだけど。ライトユーアップってどういう意味でしょうか。
Light you up. Well, where I'm from, it would mean something. I'm gonna light you up. It could mean anything from verbally insulting somebody repeatedly to physically assaulting somebody. I've heard in military terms to just shoot something until it no longer moves. So light them up.
それをね、会社のね、
So,
キャッチフレーズみたいなのに使ってるわけですよ。
yeah, it sounds like a threat to me. I don't know. You want to cross over here? Check that
わか
road
り
out?
ますか。
Because I think on this side it's just a plain wall.
しかし、 そうですね。迎賓館の横を通ったら、こっち側にでも行くんだよ。
Okay.
じゃ
So,
あ、これ
okay.
渡る？そういうのさ、ネイティブの人がチェックしないのかなって思ってさ。
Well, that's the thing. I think there's a lot of that because that's part of some of the jobs that I've done here, just checking things like that, and kind of being the last line of defense for that. Whereas if I hadn't checked this, no one would have, and it would have been published. And so it makes you wonder how often someone wasn't checking that at all. You know, you see a lot of prefectural websites that are translated to English. It's really just Google translations, copy and paste it, which is rarely a good idea, especially when it's really important information, about healthcare and visas and things like that. So it can really be a huge problem. Of course, it's also hard convincing people of that when they're,
きっとね、なんだろう。
cost
ライ
money.
トアップってあるでしょ、なんかこう人生を楽しくさせるみたいな
Yeah.
それをね、思い浮かべたんだと思うんだけど
Yeah, they probably meant, to light up. I can see how the Japanese would make more sense in that regard. To bring light to, it's not make light of, but to lighten, to inspire, things of that nature. But
人生とか生活とかね
yeah,
で、ライトアップしてもいいけど、人はライトアップしてはいけないと
yeah, no,
そういうことね
that's a threat where I'm from. I don't know. If it means something else, please let us know what you think in the comments below.
そうだね、それはいいんだね。そう誰にも聞く人がいなかったらぜひ
Yeah,
聞いてみてね、コメント欄で。
there's that wall.
これは迎賓館だから、迎賓というぐらいなので、外国からのお客様をお迎えする
Wow.
ゴージャスな建物ということでしょうかね。
Must be nice.
見た目はね、なかなかキラキラしてて。
Wow. Have you ever been inside?
うん。
You've seen videos or pictures of it then?
電車から高速道路があって、そこからだとね、上からちょっと見えたりする。これはグラウンド。
There is one. Ground. Alright, which is, I guess, grounds for, this one looks like baseball. Well, also soccer. Yeah. Now, I think, does this belong to a school? Because most of the open fields I've seen in Japan aren't open to the public. Like, they're usually either on a pay-to-play basis or they belong to some sort of organization and you can't use it at all. But those places usually have a fence around them.
ね、借りれたりするんじゃないの？ここも。
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah. It's like some pretty strong
この
security.
階段だけで。
I don't think it's open to anybody. Yeah, that looks private. Thoroughly so. Japanese cement trucks. Notice on the whole, construction trucks are generally cleaner and smaller here. Even garbage trucks, they just seem very clean and well maintained.
ちょっと間違えたかもしれない。パターン。
You may have gone the wrong way. And like I said
まあでも
in
ね、
our other
線
video,
路伝いに行けば間違いないはずなので、ただここでもう線路が飛べる。だから間違いない。
it's very easy to get lost in Tokyo and kind of hard to get found. And I mean that literally and figuratively.
多分ね、線路が向こう側に行ってるはずだと。
Okay.
これまっすぐ行っちゃうと赤坂の方に。
Do you want to go to Akasaka? I actually really like Akasaka.
その次の予定。めんどくさいかもしれないので。
Ah, this way. Okay. but just down that way is Akasaka, which is a more urban part of town that has a lot of stores, bars, restaurants.
赤
Interesting
坂
area.
図書とか赤坂御用地とかあるから、めっちゃ道を間違えてるかもしれないそういう
Well, it's gone from a tour to an adventure. Stay tuned for further developments. Let's see if we can find any katakana words in the meantime. This Naito.
ライト
There you go.
ホテルですね、あれはね。
Hotel. There you go. That does not look like I thought it was like a TV broadcast station because there are a couple of those down this way.
そう
Interesting.
そうそう。
Or maybe this.
何しろ赤坂に向かって歩いてるからね。
Yes. In Akasaka, they have a really good couple of craft beer bars that I used to like to go to. Back when I had a little bit more craft beer money. It adds up in Japan. That's a good thing to talk about. Well, the Japanese word for craft beer is
うん、
jibiru,
そう地ビール。
right? Biru. There you go. There's another katakana word.
ビール。
Yeah. Now the biru is beer, and then buildings can be biru.
ビール。あ、
建物ビル。
そうだそうだそうだね。
So there's another katakana word. But just on the subject of beer, if anyone's curious, you can't really buy 6-packs of imported beer here. It usually comes by individual bottle, and it's pretty expensive per bottle. For example, Blue Moon, using Blue Moon as a point of reference, which just recently hit Japan, maybe in the past 6 years. You can get a bottle of it for about 330 yen.
330円。
Right. Whereas last time I checked in America, you would get a 6-pack for about $8. So,
そうなの。
yeah. Well, no, it's expensive here. That's the thing. I think alcohol in general is expensive here, just, I guess, because it's consumed differently, perhaps.
何しろ税金がかかるから。
Right, and also the import taxes and everything.
あれアメリカ
As well as
ビールに
taxes
税
on
金
beer.
かからない。
I don't actually know. I've never had to look it up because I never thought it was ridiculously expensive. I do, however, know the taxes on beer here are expensive and they keep going up. It's only certain kinds of alcohol.
いやーもうこれはね完全に赤坂に向かってますね。
All right. Change of plans, everyone.
よくわからない。
See, this is what we talked about last time. Because you think logically, if we just turned that way and kept going to the right, we'd be able to go back. And I promise you, we'll end up in a different part of town if we do that.
そうもう
We can do it if you want.
ドツボです。そうなったら
Well,
しょうがない。赤坂に向かう。
yeah.
しょうがないか。まあいいか
All right. Let's check out Akasaka.
そうなんでカタカナにしようかと思ったのは、いつリリースされたのかわからない、リリースされたのかわからないけど、オリンピック向けにね、なんか歌みたいなのが YouTube で流れてるんだよね。
Really?
マクドナルドみたいなそういう歌。カタカナ語を並べる歌があってね、それが大変人気だと、海外の方々に人気だということで、
I haven't heard.
実際に本当にそのカタカナ語は使われているのか使われてるよ、カタカナ語。
Yeah.
ほら
Beam.
ビームって書いてあるから見ての通り
Don't know why, but there it is.
ビーム。
Let's see. Truck.
トラック トラックはトラックでしょ。トラック。
Truck, yeah.
意味がね一致してればいいけど、
Mhm.
全然違う時もあるから。
Oh yeah, waseigo.
そうそうそう。
Kind of words in katakana, or maybe sometimes even in English, that mean something completely different in Japan. So, for example, let's think of a good one.
バス一緒だね。
Bus is another katakana word.
バスでもバス
Yeah.
一緒だね。
Magic pen.
Magic pen?
Yeah. Magic pen is just a marker. Sometimes a magic marker, but not always. Just refers to any marker.
そうただねマジックっていうからマジック書くペンのことをマジックっていう魔法だよね。
Yeah. Well, I mean, we do have magic markers. I can't remember why we call them magic.
そうそうそう。
Those are the ones you could erase? I haven't used markers in a very long time.
元赤坂行くとせっかくプリントアウトしてきた地図が役に立ちません。
What is that? Check this out. Hard to talk over those. Exactly what they want. Here we are, Akasaka. Here is a nice whiskey bar. Victorian pub. Wendy's making its return to Tokyo. Tokyo Plaza. Oh, a lot of the stores have changed since I've been here. Very busy part of town, as you can see. Ah, there's another waseigo. It's not that bus, but there are buses that say non-step bus on the side. And it took me a while to figure out what that was, but I think that just means that they have stairs for people who have a harder time getting the leg up in the entrance to the bus. I think a lot of them even have hydraulics, I think is what it is, that can lower the bus to make it easier to not have to step.
至難の技だな。 橋の人がいます。患っていらっしゃる。
So maintain a safe distance. Also Uber Eats has gotten much popular here lately. And similar services, you see them around town on, mostly on bicycles or motorbikes. Here's another Shoten-ga, which I think we introduced in earlier episodes. This is kind of a shopping street or district.
レストランが多いかな。レストラン。
There's one. Restaurant.
ウェンディーズだね。
Yeah, Wendy's.
ウェンディーズだからね。片目ですよ。
Right. They, I think, came in the early 2000s, and then they pretty much went out of business. I think they just kind of
あ、そうそうそう。
were there one day and gone the next.
一回いなくなってまた戻ってきたんです。
Yeah. So they're back. It's not as plentiful.
ウェンディーズ美味しいよね、でも。
Yeah, they're pretty good. I find that a lot of the burger places are, well, not all. Burger King is better back home, but Wendy's and McDonald's seem to be better here. They're just more better put together. Presentation is better. You know, Burger King is the whole thing about Burger King is you get it whatever you want, have it your way was their slogan. For a long time, you can still get that. You know, you can ask for changes, toppings. Not so much here. I think I asked for bacon on a cheeseburger one time, and the woman who was running the register just kind of froze and called her manager over. And he was like, I apologize, we can't do that.
日本はそういうとこね、融通が利かないんですよね。
Yeah.
なかなか全部がこうルールで決まってるから、
Right.
それに従って働くということなんで、ちょっとしたものをもらうのが結構大変だったりする。
This is Akasaka Mitsuke Station.
当初の予定と全然違うところに来ちゃった。
Right. And this is also the lunch hour. So this is like kind of the 1 hour of the day people get to leave their companies and walk around, have lunch, which is why the streets are so crowded right now. But usually right at 1 o'clock, it empties out again. So it's a tapioca place, which is really popular right now.
ねえ、タピオカ、
Karaoke place.
カラオケね。
There's another one, karaoke.
正しくはカラオケですよ、カラオケ。カラオケじゃないよ。テイクアウト。
Takeout. There's another one.
ドラッグストア。ドラッグストア。
Yeah.
薬局と言ってもいいけど。
Drugstore.
薬局でいいのにね。ドラッグストアっていうこともね。なぜか。なんでだろうね。使いたいのかな。
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe a few brands or perhaps pharmaceutical companies brought the name with them when they came to Japan. Let's get out of the way of this car here. Tapas. Also very popular in Tokyo now.
赤坂ってなんか高級なね。
Yeah, there's really not just a lot of restaurants, but a lot of nice restaurants. A lot of, you know.
なん
Look at
か
that. Huh? It's kind of
私
fancy.
はこうね、政治家の人が接待に使ったりとか、
Uh-huh.
そういうイメージ。
Yeah.
芸者さんとかいたような。
Oh, geisha.
芸者さん。
Yeah.
道が狭いけど車も入ってくるよ。
Yeah, maybe we should find a safer route. You see, even within these stores here, there are usually 3 floors of even more stores. It's space is so tightly used. See, 7 floors.
なんだろう。ホテルかな。ホテルかもしれない。
Wow, that is very flashy. It's either a hotel or an art museum. I guess there's no need for a 10-story art museum. There is a... Yeah, it's a hotel. I think that'd be a business hotel.
ね、ちょっとだからそんなに高いホテルではなく、こういうのとか、これもそうでしょ。
Yeah.
本当はさ、オリンピックがあるし、もうみんな一生懸命ホテルを建てたわけですが、
Oh, right.
果たしてこれがどうなるのか面白い。
Yeah, that was a problem with the Olympics last time, is that in order to accommodate all of the overseas visitors, they built a lot of hotels in a little bit of time, and they didn't really have a lot of strict fire codes at the time. And there's one Tokyo, I forget the name of the hotel, Grand Hotel or something like that, that caught fire. A lot of people were, did not end well for a lot of people then. And after that, they passed much stricter fire codes. So hopefully they did that this time as well in terms of more stricter fire codes. What is that building?
だからほらこういうさ料亭っていうね、日本料理屋さん、
I see.
こういうねところで接待をするわけ。
Ah.
そして、そこに芸者さんを呼んだりね、
Ah. And stores like, or restaurants like that.
そういう
Fascinating.
感じだったんだろうけども、今はね、本当に楽しいのかわからないけど、ほら、女性がいるお店にね、ああいうお店ある？
What do you mean, like girls' bars?
そんな感じ。パブ。
No, I don't. Well, I'm sure they exist. They're just not out in the open like they are here. Picasso, Don Quixote. It's kind of a store you can find anything you want. Anything. It's kind of like Amazon or eBay if they were just like an actual physical store.
ドン・キホーテだ。
I love this
ドン・
store.
キホーテ。
Don Quixote is another one. This is the upscale version called Picasso. More
免
interesting.
税です。免税のドン・キホーテ。
But no, there are no hostess bars, no host bars or anything like that. That would be very problematic nowadays. I'm not sure if there ever was a precedent for something like that. I mean, I think a lot of things that are illegal in other countries are a bit more gray zoned here in Japan in that regard. Asian folk market.
バリ。
Bali.
Asian folk in Tokyo.
It's a mouthful.
Articles で。
Tells me we may be in the rougher part of the city. Let's go this way.
はい。
Articles? Yeah, it would be like Zapka, but that's not the word we would use for it, ideally. It just kind of means things.
これなんか誰かの音楽が入るのかね。YouTube にバーンされちゃうから。
Ah. Yes, you may have to cut some of the audio out if that becomes a problem. Another karaoke place.
カラオケ大好きだね。カラオケ好き？
Yeah. I don't go often, but I do like it when I go. Let's get this in.
カラオケはね、お酒を入れないと頑張れないな。
Yeah.
酔っ払ってもう自分を見失ってからじゃないと乗れない。
Yeah. Look at that belt. Jeez.
なんかもう咲いてる。
Oh, there we go. Perhaps an earlier blooming variation of cherry blossoms.
完全に 迷子です。
Well, actually, I think
でもなんとなくどこだか分かった。
there's the station right there.
うん。
So as long as you can find a station,
はい。
you'll never be totally lost. Pro tip, because all stations have maps out in front of them. If you don't have a cell phone with an active map on them, and also if you get lost, you can also go to either the police boxes, or convenience stores. Will often have maps on hand as well.
おまわりさんは
Ask there.
大変
All right.
頼りになりますよ。だから行ってみてね。
Yeah.
そんな簡単にお金を借りには行かないでください。
Well,
お財布を落とした時限定ですからね。
I've also been told that at certain stations, if you tell them that you just need to go from this station to the next and you don't have any money, if you ask really nicely and they're in a good mood, sometimes they'll just let you pass. Say just this once, or they'll say, come back and pay tomorrow, or something like that. I've heard of that. I haven't too.
そうだよ。
I've been told to do that when I didn't have fare. I didn't, but it's interesting to know that that's an option. I will usually just choose to walk the distance. Yeah, I think that's a TV broadcasting company. Right there, that fancy building there.
赤坂だから、TBS。
TBS. Cozy Corner, popular cake store.
コージーコーナー。ほら。コージーコーナーだよ。
Oh, there you
コー
go.
ジーコーナー。
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's cozy
Cozy
about the
corner.
corner. But there you go. Liquor store right there. They actually have a lot of imported goods as well.
これ何駅だったかな。
Akasaka. Akasaka. I always get the two mixed up. It's always good to double check which one you're headed to when you leave wherever you're going. It's a terrible, terrible thing to be looking for your friend at the wrong station. You're not close to each other. But they are both very fun. Maybe sometime we'll go to Akasaka. That's a very interesting stuff.
赤坂と赤坂。
Oh, we're in Akasaka. Shall we head to the station?
何分くらい歩いたかな、ここまで。
Maybe 40 minutes altogether. So here we are, Akasaka Station.
我々も迷子だったから一体後からどのルートを歩いたのか調べないといけない。
Right, and we will post the information and let you know everything that we didn't at the time. All right. Let us know what you thought. Let us know if you noticed anything that we didn't. Like, comment, and subscribe.
はい。登録してね。サブスクライブしてね。よろしくお願いします。じゃあね。
See you
バイバ
next time.
イ。